Deep within each of us lies a profound connection to something larger than ourselves. This is our primordial nature, a fundamental aspect of being human that links us to the very essence of life. It is an innate knowing, a deep-seated intuition that whispers of our interconnectedness with all things. This primordial nature is the source of our true power and wisdom. When we're in touch with this aspect of ourselves, we experience a sense of peace, purpose, and belonging. We recognize our place in the grand tapestry of life. We understand that we are not isolated fragments but integral parts of a unified whole. However, over time, many of us have lost touch with this essential truth. The demands of modern life, with its constant distractions and relentless pace, have created a distance between ourselves and our primordial nature. By recognizing this disconnection, we can begin to see the urgent need to reclaim our primordial connection and rediscover the unity that lies at the heart of existence. The modern world, for all its advancements, often fosters a sense of separation. We are bombarded with messages that emphasize our differences, fueling a culture of competition and division. Technology, while connecting us in some ways, can also isolate us, leading to virtual lives that supplant genuine human interaction. This sense of separation is an illusion, a distortion of the fundamental truth of our interconnectedness. We are not isolated islands, but rather waves in the vast ocean of existence. Each wave is unique in its form, yet inseparable from the water that gives it life. This illusion of separation seeps into our relationships, creating distance and conflict. We view ourselves as separate from others, competing for resources, recognition, or love. This mindset leads to misunderstandings, resentment, and a breakdown in communication. Our disconnection extends beyond human relationships to encompass our relationship with the natural world. We must awaken to the reality of our interconnectedness, understanding that our well-being is inextricably linked to the well-being of all beings. The consequences of our disconnection are all around us. Socially, we see rising rates of loneliness, anxiety, and depression. People are struggling to find meaning and connection in a world that often feels fragmented and isolating. The fabric of community is fraying, replaced by a sense of individualism that leaves many feeling lost and alone. On a personal level, this disconnection manifests as inner conflict, a sense of emptiness, and a longing for something more. We search for fulfillment in external pursuits, accumulating possessions and experiences in a futile attempt to fill the void within. The breakdown of relationships, particularly within families, is a stark example of the consequences of our disconnection. Divorce rates remain high, and many children grow up in single-parent households, deprived of the stability and support of a two-parent family structure. The rise of social media, while offering some benefits, has also exacerbated our sense of isolation and comparison. We must learn to see ourselves in others, recognizing that beneath the surface of our differences lies a shared humanity. Section 4. A world out of balance, our estrangement from nature. Our estrangement from nature is perhaps the most devastating consequence of our disconnection. We've forgotten that we are not separate from the natural world, but rather an integral part of it. Our bodies are composed of the same elements that make up the earth, the air, and the water. Our breath is the breath of the planet. Our heartbeat echoes the rhythms of the natural world, yet we treat the earth as if it were an inexhaustible resource, plundering its riches and polluting its delicate ecosystems. We have lost sight of the interconnectedness of all life, failing to understand that when we harm the planet, we harm ourselves. The consequences of our actions are becoming increasingly evident. Climate change is upon us, bringing with it more extreme weather events, rising sea levels, and mass extinctions. This environmental crisis is not simply a technological or political problem. We must reawaken to the sacredness of the earth and all its creatures, learning to live in harmony with nature, not in domination of it. Section 5. The seeds of disconnection, historical shifts, and their impact. The roots of our modern disconnection run deep, reaching back through centuries of philosophical and cultural shifts. The rise of the scientific worldview fostered a mechanistic view of the universe. The natural world became objectified, reduced to parts to be analyzed and controlled. The Enlightenment emphasized reason and individuality. contributing to separation. The Industrial Revolution accelerated the exploitation of nature. By acknowledging our conditioned thinking, we can embrace a more holistic worldview.